Hello and welcome to Blinkers Off. Great to be back for another show. And we've got plenty coming up on this show. We've got the Caloundra Cup and we've got the Sunshine Coast Guineas. And as usual, I'm joined by a big-time footy coach, Ben Perkins, our racing analyst and editor, Brad Davidson, and our racing news informer, Lorena Tourman. Firstly, welcome, Ben.
Jesse and Bradley, question without notice. What did we learn last week about Port Adelaide and the Swans?
What did we learn, Benny? You tell me.
We learnt that the Swans did not back up playing Richmond on the Friday night game. They were flat and lacking energy, whereas Port came out and absolutely took the Dogs down the pound. In fact, they put them to sleep. So come the finals time, to me, this means that Port Adelaide are going to back up after a hard game in the finals and have a big advantage. And the Swans, not so sure. So I say Port Adelaide, big chance to win this year.
Oh, more important topics, Benny. What animal did you skin to get that jacket? I want to know.
You know, everything about me is fake, Bradley.
I see you still got those glasses too. I thought you would have got rid of them after
We don't kill
last
animals,
week.
mate. We just pretend.
And I'm also joined by our racing editor, Brad Davidson. Brad, welcome, mate.
Good to be here. I guess the Winter Carnival's dying down a bit, but we've still got a great meeting on the Sunshine Coast and looking forward to getting our teeth into it.
And I guess straight after this week, we head to start to head to Sydney for the big spring carnival.
Yeah, that's it. It just comes around so quick, doesn't it? Spring will be here before you know it, and it rolls on, doesn't it? The caravan rolls on, as we say.
And the person that's going to have all the news is Lorena. Welcome, Lorena.
Thank you very much. As always, Jess, especially for Gay Waterhouse, who had another spend up last week during the glamorous golf sale at Kensington Palace on the eve of Royal Ascot. She spent just under $1.4 million on two horses, Cafe Society, who went on to place third in the listed Wolverton Handicap, and French Stayer Pornichet. The auction's top price was for two-year-old Capella Sanservo for $2.356 million. Back at home, Racing Victoria announced this week that a record $19.4 million in prize money and bonuses will be on offer across Victoria's two lucrative owners and breeders incentive schemes, Super Vobis and Vobis Gold, for the 2014-15 racing season commencing the 1st of August. The record figure has been driven by the continued expansion of Vobis Gold and a subsequent 13-year high subscription to its mother scheme, Super Vobis. Jamie Edwards and Bruce Elkington have set the Turnbull Stakes as the pivotal day for Sartorius' spring campaign. Sartorius was the winner of the Zipping Classic and Bendigo Cup last year and placed in the Futurity and Sydney Cup during the autumn. Mr Edwards said the Turnbull Stakes would determine whether Sartorius would pursue a Caulfield Melbourne Cup campaign or a Cox Plate assault. It's sayonara for now to Nasrawilla. This season's Australian champion Group 1 jockey will be racing in Tokyo this weekend, then basing himself in Hokkaido, Japan for up to 10 weeks to try his luck abroad after establishing himself at home with Sydney Premierships and a swag of Group 1s. And leading Victorian jockey Craig Newitt will also be heading abroad after an offer to ride in Singapore. He'll be leaving in January for 6 months, where he'll join fellow Aussie Corey Brown. Hawkesbury's Emma Mayfield-Smith missed out on seeing her first winner as a trainer at Muswellbrook last Sunday, but had very good reason. Emma left it to husband Noel, the multiple Group 1 winning trainer, to saddle Happy One, who easily won the fillies and mare's maiden plate because she chose to take her daughter to a dance at Stedford. She said Noel is better with horses than he is with hair and makeup. I know the feeling. And Jess, also Chris Lees, has not confirmed, but he is interested in setting up a satellite stable in Brisbane.
You know, thanks, Lorena. There is a bit of talk about Chris Lee's possibility coming to Queensland, setting up a satellite stable. But, Brad, maybe we could send Ben here to the Rock of Stedford and send along Emma Mayfield-Smith to be accompany you. What do you think, Ben?
No, I don't think that at all, actually. I'm not suited by that at all, no.
Put a little toupee on you. You can do a few
Little
pirouettes.
Little ballet.
Yeah.
Mate, I love the ballet.
Yeah.
I wrote I wrote a ballet story actually called The Traveller, and Rosetta Cook, who's a former Australian ballerina, said it was a very, very good story. And Graham Murphy, I'm disappointed.
You're putting people to sleep at the moment.
That you did not take me up on this story, because I thought it could have been one of the greatest films ever made of ballet.
Apologise, viewers. You're falling asleep here.
I'm talking about bigger than the red shoes.
This is meant to be a racing show, not a ballerina show.
You brought it up. I just...
Right, Brad, it's the Guineas. Interesting race.
It is. is. I reckon the best bet of the day comes up here. Palmyra Lad. I've been waiting for him to get back out to the mile. He's only been there once, and he won by 3.5 lengths at Eagle Farm back in February. So they were supposed to go to the Daybreak Lover a couple of weeks ago, but he got a temperature. They've had to go back. He ran well over 1200. It was way short of his best. So Palmyra Lad for me. Performia, the best roughie in the race. She's a good filly. Very unlucky in the Princess Stakes, and then had a bit of a break and freshen up and back at Dalby. Ran really well there. So good win there. Mademoiselle and Comachina.
Now, you just mentioned Palmyra Lad. I've got a bit of footage here of Palmyra Lad's last start run. It was a good run. Got back to last and flew home. Here we are watching Palmyra Lad in the same race. Badira Negra was in the same race. Here we are with Palmyra Lad.
Quest for Peace and Jazz Song. Some moments a touch worse the midfield, followed by Agadir, then Wordplay, well back Costa Viva. Near the inside, Splendora. Longmar between runners, then into the red. Badiga Negra, Palmyra Lad, and Laval whipped the Guineas field in. 12 to 13 off the lead. Riker straightened in front of the 420 with Havana the first challenger. Dothraki, plenty of room to come between that pair, followed by Olympic Anthem. Safeguard boxing away, then came at the head of the others. Quest for Peace, Jazz Song. Not much making ground back in the field, although Costa Viva's running on. It's still Riker in front from Dothraki, Liberty's Choice and Safeguard. Then Jazz Song and Sir Moments. Riker in front, Liberty's Choice diving lane, coming through Olympic Anthem. They hit it. Oh! Sir Moments flew all of a sudden. Sir Moments has flown in a photo with Liberty's Choice, Riker and...
Big run there by Palmyra Lad. Ben, you've come up with one in the Guineas?
Well, I've gone for Mademoiselle because Chris Waller's brought it up here. I respect him so much. I think Comachina...
He's on holidays.
I don't care. He sent it up here. He deserves a holiday. He's a winner. I follow winners. Comachina, the Mar horse. I thought its last couple of runs have been very good. 1600 metres should suit. Hofgarden's got the best form overall because it's got that Sir Moments form.
Can't win, no.
Well, I don't like its name.
16.
Yeah.
Well, Palmyra Lad is my other selection. It's got gate 11.
Yeah, that doesn't matter because he gets back to last anyway.
Well, but
he could draw 18, he could draw 19, doesn't matter.
Yeah, but
he goes back to last.
We're still talking about a racetrack where sometimes coming down the middle of the crown is absolutely imperative, or the fence is going to be on or off. So we've got to weigh these things up.
Big track. Palmyra Lad, just the 1600 is the key, and you'll fly home and be very, very hard to beat, I think.
Yeah, it's looking for 1600 metres.
Now race 6, another one we're going to look at here on the second leg of the quaddie. How do you see it faring up?
It's a tough one, tough race. I've gone with Black Cash. He ran shocker, put in an absolute shocker in the Island. I didn't know, it just looked too bad to be true, and that's the reason I've stuck with him. His run before that was phenomenal, and he sat 3 wide without cover in the QTC Cup and got beaten a length. So I've gone with him. Spitfire Lady, I think she's the best roughie in the race. It's a good price about her, 30-40 to 1. Jet Set Lad and Beltone, interesting, won the race 2 years ago. Yeah. He's trying to give Kelso Wood the 3rd straight win in the Glasshouse. So there you go, Sunday won last year.
We're just on mentioning that. We're just, after the break, we're going to take a look at highlights of Black Cash, Steel Zip and Alma's Fury's last start run and Beltone. So join us straight after the break where we're going to take a preview of Steel Zip and Black Cash's last start run. All right, with a few of these runners in the Glasshouse, we're going to take a look at the replay of the QTC Cup and have a look at a few runners from the Glasshouse in Beltone, Steel Zip, Black Cash and Alma's Fury. Here we are taking a look at the replay of the QTC Cup.
Fence covering ground masthead, dances on stars centre field, then came Bonetta, followed by Lucky Hustler, Steel Zip, Mashani, Stealth and Architect as last. Heading for home, 400 left to run, Beltone, Alma's Fury and Black Cash went up 3 deep. Sacred Star going up to them, looks to be going up to them pretty easily. Hot Stitzel needs a runner, then came at the head of the others, doubtfully under pressure, followed by Masthead. Wider was Bonetta, Black Cash and Sacred Star pull clear, running on as Masthead. Black Cash, Sacred Star, Masthead, Bonetta, Sacred Star reached the lead, getting close to home. He's home. Timmy Bell again, Sacred Star.
Yeah, an interesting race, the QDC Cup. I'm unsure of the form line of the race, Ben, how it's holding up. There's a few that have come out and won and others that have run not so well. How do you fancy the race?
Well, I'm going to stick with Alma's Fury. I reckon by this time of the day, horses will be coming down the middle of the track.
Yeah.
And Alma's Fury is in form. Gollins' horses are absolutely screaming home in virtually everything, so I'm sticking with it. And if the fence is okay, Escoffier, it'll be up near the lead. And I thought Play It Straight was a very, very good run last start.
Yeah.
And Ella Wisdom, very good at this track. If the pace is really on, could fly home. So I reckon we got that race covered. And they're 4 different horses from Brad's.
Yeah, that was Fury though, big weight.
So I'm just not sure what sort of soccer powder Brad's on there.
59.5, barrier 11.
Loving it.
Yeah.
Oh, loving it.
It is a tough race though. I reckon it's the toughest race of the day there.
I'm pretty confident I've got the winner in there, Brad.
Oh, that's good. All right, now we're going to take a look at race 7, the Caloundra Cup. An interesting race here. Well, I've come up with a special here, Mr. O'Kieran. I think it's an absolute laydown misere. My last start best bet was Brave Ali's in the race, and one at the bottom there, Ben, number 12, Bring Back. Mark Ashby at Woodend in Victoria trains it.
And it's a 17th starter.
Oh, giddy up. We're going to take a look at Mr. O'Kieran's last start run against Moriarty.
Taden to the perfect start. Now the race heats up around the turn. 450 metres left to go. Wistful. She should have gas in the tank. Mr. O'Kieran on the outside. Moriarty looking for the way clear. Axar next. Floria just ahead of Edda. Then Lauren Tatum, perfect start. Wistful hands and heels now 1-2 with the Shillelagh. Mr. O'Kieran laying down the law. There's a needle-eye gap for Moriarty. He took advantage of it. Dashed through. Hit the lead. And he starts to move clear. Mr. O'Kieran battles on well, but Moriarty too strong, beat Mr. O'Kieran. Photo third, Wistful or Floria. Axar didn't run on well enough, and out towards the top.
It was a great ride by Nash there on Moriarty. Won the race. Glenn Boss had every chance to keep him in, but Nash said, "Get out of my way, Glenn, I'm coming through." But I do think that this horse, Mr. O'Kieran, is the best horse in the race. I think he's the best horse by a good 3 or 4 lengths. I think $2.40 with Bet Easy. Great bet. I'm on it. I think it will win.
They walked on that race, though. They completely walked, and I thought he had every chance to win that, and he didn't. And that's what I've been a bit disappointed by in this prep.
He's a wet tracker.
Yeah.
Well,
and if you get the wet track there,
Well, is it going to be a slow? Got beautiful sunshine, wind down there. If it's a dead 4 or dead 5, I wouldn't be going near it.
What are you selecting?
Oh, obvious. Are you serious? Einstein.
Oh, yeah, you were part owner of that horse.
Mate, Einstein, it comes down in the weights. It was a very good run last start, 50 more metres. It's proven at this track and distance as well. So it's proven here, and it's got the big weight drop.
The last time it won, you were a teenager.
Einstein at $5 is an each-way special.
All right, Brad, if you're going to have a bet, who would you bet?
Brave Ali for me.
Yeah.
Well, first start of 5 weeks, he never run for 5 weeks, he still won the Ipswich
No,
Gate. He's
you
only going to be
mentioned
benefit
Collins,
from
well.
it. He's flying, and if it's wet, he loves that
It's
too.
got to go up a lot further in distance with the big, long Caloundra straight. I don't think Brave Ali's any
He's
good
flying.
thing.
And I think maybe with Tegan Harrison not on board could be the
Yeah,
difference.
loses her as well. Got
Jimmy Byrne, he's fine.
He is
No,
fine, but
no,
I
I
think that
can't
horse
have it.
runs for Tegan. No, I can't have it. Righto, it's that time of the show where it's on track with Grant Morgan. And as usual, I'm joined by our usual suspect from On Track Thoroughbreds, Grant Morgan. Welcome, Grant.
Great to be back, Jess.
Always great to have you on the show. Now you've got a few trialers here, horses to follow.
Yeah, we headed out to the trials at Doomben on Tuesday, Jess, and we found a couple of horses from the Tony Gollins stable, actually. The first is a horse called Dino by Street Cry. It was a $165,000 weanling purchase. Half-brother to Ringer Rosie, the former good galloper trained by Bevan Lamming. This was his first trial. Tegan Harrison partnered this fella. He hit the line really well, and he looks to be a galloper of some potential, and I expect Tony to produce him in the next few weeks, and he should be getting the money.
All right, well, right now we're just going to go to a bit of footage of this horse, Dino, winning its trial.
At third, Dino. Il Nostro Caviale fourth against the inside. Then Craigley City, Silence is a Virtue. And 3 away at the tail, Alpine Star. They straight now. Caitlin cruised up alongside of Lipstick Lady and takes over. Taking over was Caitlin, move clear. Starting to charge was Dino. Oh, look at Dino finishing hard all over the top of Caitlin. And Dino's racing away, and Dino scores well. Dino by 2 at the line. Second, Caitlin.
Quite an impressive victory there by Dino. Now you've got one other one for us to follow?
Yes, Jess, also out of the Tony Gollins stable. He's really assembling a good arsenal of 2-year-olds and young horses in his stable. This horse is called Jaeger. He's a jet spur. He's had the one start, ran second in a handy race. Home Hill was actually fourth in the race, Jess, and it came out and was stakes placed last Saturday. This fellow was sent back to the trials. He was actually scratched at the gates last Wednesday for not loading, so he loaded okay in this trial, and as you'll see from the vision, he was pretty impressive.
All right, let's take a look.
We're at the home turn, 350 metres left to run. Jaeger shows the way. Jaeger leading out by a length. Double Wishbone put to pressure. Nearer the inside, Star Hero. Ready Made is starting to let down with a sprint, but Jaeger kicks strongly, and he found 2 lengths, Jaeger. He's bounding away from them. Double Wishbone tries hard. Star Hero fights on as well, but it's all Jaeger, and he pulls away and he wins easily. Jaeger by 4 at the line.
Lovely big gelding there by Jetspur. Looks he'll only get better with a bit of racing, you'd think.
Yeah, big strong fella, Jess. He's an $85,000 Magic Millions and a very good type of horse.
Now, most importantly, the best bet on the program?
Sunshine Coast, Jess. Face a slow track, slow 6 acceptances. I don't know how that's happened, but they must have a rain cloud over there all the time. But I'm going for one there with, for our Kiwi viewers, actually, Good Job Bro from the John Sargent yard. He actually won last start on a slow track at the Sunshine Coast. Only negative, he goes back from winning over 1,200 metres back to 1,000 metres. But look, he's good on good, heavy, slow tracks. He's fine. I think whatever the weather does, because we're always watching the weather these days, Jess, I think Good Job Bro should be getting the cash for John Sargent and Vin Colgan.
Righto, there you have it. Good time, bro. Now that's all we have for you now for the horses to follow and Grant's best bet. Sit back, lock the doors. Plenty more coming after the break with Sports Talk. It's that time of the show where it's Sports Talk. Okay, we're going to take a look at the AFL games around Australia. Firstly, we're going to bring up the prices with the Bet Easy board there. Good, interesting bit of prices there with Fremantle $1.28 against West Coast Brad, the local derby over there.
Go the Mighty Eagles.
We've also got the other derby, Port Adelaide versus Adelaide. Adelaide $1.38. Ben, great value, $1.38, some would say.
Yes, Port Adelaide, they'll win. They're better than the Crows. They'll win by 30 to 60. Port Adelaide 30 to 60.
They are, but these grudge matches are harder, aren't they,
It's
Benny?
not a
Because
grudge
they are.
match.
Of course it is.
It's not a grudge, it's a local derby.
They're
isn't
always
it?
hard to win because there's so much feeling, there's
please.
so much passion in it, and you know what I mean?
So tell me you're going to spend more time watching Port Adelaide and Sturt. Top of the table clash there.
Look, you don't understand. When the Crows are put under pressure, they capitulate. They fall apart. Port Adelaide will overrun the Crows, and the Crows know they're going to get beaten. The Crows are not going into this game expecting to beat Port Adelaide. It's not going to happen. Port Adelaide will win.
Well, I've got to say, in retrospect, I do agree to some point. Though
sure.
Port are playing great.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're going to be extremely hard to beat.
Well,
but
unless Port
I don't think
Adelaide's
you can
got
just
delayed
write off
concussion
Adelaide.
for
You
the
know,
Swans
these are the
game.
games that some teams live for. I know in Freo West Coast, I know Freo, a lot of people say it's their grand final.
Yeah.
But these are the games that these teams live for. It's a chance to get back on, bigger brother, younger brother, and I think they're just hard to win.
West Coast have been disappointing, being a Eagles supporter.
They have been. I mean, they're hanging in there. You know what I mean? They're beating the weak sides, but they've just been disappointing. They haven't really taken any big scalps, and
You put blame there on Adam Simpson? Would you blame the coach?
no. He's new into the role, isn't he? So you got to give him time. I think you just got to put the blame on the senior players. I don't know. We just lack a bit of class. We just lack a classy player, like a real good player. A Judd through the midfield that we did have one day. We just lack something like that.
What about Shuey? He goes all right.
They go all right, but they're not stars.
Does well.
You know what I mean?
Wellingham
they're good.
is
They're
grand
good.
final.
Yeah, but they're not.
He's been very
they're
flat.
not A+, are they? They might
They
be
need
A
a bit
negative,
more
B+,
grunt.
but
There's not enough
you haven't
grunt
got
in that
those.
team.
Yeah, you haven't got those, and we don't have enough pace either.
They're not
Pace is the thing
relentless
they lack
enough
as
either.
well.
They need more relentlessness. Total effort. Like Port Adelaide. Total effort, Port Adelaide.
Well, one thing about Port, they've got a great game plan, Ben. They play a great brand of footy. It's fluent, it's aggressive, and it just
It's-
runs.
and it's-
Genius
and
Ken
it's
Inkley.
fast. We don't kick the ball backwards all day. We want to go forwards. It's always been Port Adelaide's way. Go forwards, be aggressive, and attack the body, and attack the ball, attack the goals, and then get back to the
Attack the
centre
supporters.
and start attacking again.
Attack the back manager.
Mate, Port Adelaide's alive.
Now tell me, they're getting a great crowd numbers again, eh? This must be good to see.
It's fantastic to think that all these people in Adelaide who used to hate Port Adelaide, we've overtaken the Crows. It's just beautiful.
Well, I'm one of them. I can't stand them. But anyway, Port Adelaide.
What do you mean you can't
You got
stand
the
it?
best song.
Tell me, are you disappointed they're not the Magpies? How disappointing is that? That must hurt.
Well, it hurts
Yeah,
a lot.
does,
Good old
does,
Collingwood
it
forever.
does.
Who's got it? Oh, the mighty Magpies, huh? How does
Port
that
Adelaide-
feel, Ben?
Port
What does
Adelaide-
it feel like not being a Magpie?
The best jumper in the history of sports anywhere in the universe was
Righto.
the Port Adelaide lace-up.
There you go. Now it's time for NRL. We're going to bring up the prices from around the country. A couple of games we're going to preview here are the Rabbits and the Cowboys, as well as the Panthers and the Warriors. We're going to take a look at a few bet easy prices here. Brisbane Broncos, $1.17 against Cronulla Sharks, $5. The other game we're looking at, the Warriors, $1.71 against Penrith, $2.16. I fancy the Warriors there. I think they're going to be good odds there. That's a massive game in New Zealand. It's a season-defining game for the Warriors. Last week they did beat the Broncos over in New Zealand. They're a very formidable team back home over there. The wet, the cold, miserable weather there. And I think Penrith might just struggle. They're in second spot, but this is a game season-defining for the Warriors.
They're
and I
in
think
second spot, are they?
Yeah, they're in
Geez,
second.
Gus Good will be happy with that.
He would. He'd be very happy.
Very happy with that.
But I'm going to tip the Warriors. The other game we're going to take a look at is the Cowboys versus the Rabbits. This is a very good game here. This is nothing short of a sensational record here the Rabbits have up at North Queensland. They've met 10 times in the last number of years, and Souths have won 8 times. They've got the wood on the Cowboys, and I think they're going to do it again up there. Souths have got every reason to win, to keep their spot in the top 4 there. So I'm tipping Souths to beat North Queensland up at Queensland. Now, it's the World Cup. We're going to look at prices here in Brazil. They're on top. They're favourites, and they're playing fantastic football in Brazil in front of their home ground. $4 with Bet Easy. Looks to be a very good bet. They're in great form. They're playing great soccer over there. Germany, $4.75. Argentina, $5. Netherlands. Belgium and France, I think, are smokies there.
Yeah, they're the two that probably. It's been a great World Cup, hasn't it?
Oh, it's been
Colombia.
fantastic.
They've been the surprise packets.
Yeah.
You love the celebrations, the way they go about it.
I got to admit, nothing more I love is then when I'm watching because I've been watching and I've been tuning in at 2 o'clock watching the games, and the Colombian support is just fantastic. They reckon they were saying on the report that they're the happiest country in the world.
There you go. We could learn it. I think Benny could learn a few things there.
Maybe
He's
you should spend
talking
some
about the World Cup all the time. Jump on board.
They're all on cocaine, probably. You get some free samples as you walk in.
He's off his head. Well, Colombia does have a reputation, but I don't think that's the best of them. All right, now Ben, your quaddie for the program. We're going to have a look. Have you got your?
Come on, you've been spruiking about it all the time about getting all these quaddies. Now here's your chance.
Well, put it on the screen. I've given you the selections. Boom. Boom.
Do you want any more horses or what?
Well, that's not that many.
How much is that for $1? I tell you what. Who's your best bet on the
program?
program?
That's $150 for a half.
So tell me, what's your best bet on the program?
My best bet, I think, Smack at Us in the last race will go really, really well.
All right, Ben, your best bet on the program?
Palmyra Laden in the same race perform here for a place.
Now, Lorena, before we get into the best bet, there's a few things across.
Yes, just a couple of quick snippets, very important though. Sydney Strapper of the Year nominations are now open until the 5th of July. They can be submitted online at arcc.org.au or the Racing New South Wales website. Recognises behind the scenes efforts by those strappers, those that go above and beyond the call of duty. And also the reminder for Robert Thompson Lunch, 44,000 wins in 40 years. I was about to say 40 wins in 4,000 years. That would be highly unremarkable and impossible. It's to celebrate the man's achievements. Incredible. Tickets are $150, including lunch, beverages, guest speakers, entertainment, and that's through the Newcastle Jockey Club. Jess.
Thanks, Lorena. Now, another quick mention. Don't forget our Hong Kong racing tour on the 9th of December through to the 15th of January on track tours. It's a wonderful trip away for the 5 days. Any inquiries, just send us an email at studio@blinkersoff.com.au for any inquiries, and hopefully you can join us on the wonderful trip hosted by On Tour Track Tours. Righto, that brings us to an end of another show of Blinkers Off. And Ben, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And good luck with Port Adelaide, mate. And Brad, thanks for joining us.
No worries. Go the Eagles.
Lorena, the Cats.
I hope so. Yes, go Cats.
Thanks again for lovely news. All right, that's all we have for you today. And thanks for joining us. And join us next week. Same place, same time. Bye for now.